Welcome to Tax Teach. My name's Sean. I'm a certified public accountant specializing in taxation. And today I want to talk about the basics behind the earned income tax credit and the qualifications you need to meet in order to take the credit. The earned income tax credit is a credit meant for low to moderate earning workers and their families. It's meant to provide tax relief to those taxpayers. The earned income tax credit ranges from $560 all the way up to $6,935. Typically, the more children you have, the larger the credit, up to 3 children. So the credit ranges from $560 maximum if you are single, all the way up to $6,935 if you have 3 children, and also depends on your filing status as well as how much money you make throughout the year. Next, I'm going to talk about the actual qualifications you need to meet in order to take the earned income tax credit. You should see now a list of some of the qualifications you need to meet in order to take the earned income tax credit.
First qualification is you have to have worked and earned income under $59,187. This limit will vary depending on what filing status you are. Also, just to define earned income is income from your W-2. So if you're employed by someone or if you're self-employed, it is income from your businesses. Second qualification is you have to have investment income below $10,300. Investment income is think interest income, dividends, capital gains, royalties. All these kinds of incomes are considered investment income. You have to have a social security number by the due date of your 2022 return. So this year that would be April 18th. But if you extend your return due date, you have until October. That's the extension due date. You have to be a U.S. citizen or resident all year. And then if you work overseas and have foreign earned income, that might limit your ability to take this credit. And also a special rule I want to highlight: if you have no qualifying children and are trying to take the earned income tax credit, you have to meet a special age requirement. You have to be 25 or older, but under 65 as well. And if you're married, only one of you have to meet this requirement. So keep that in mind. If you have no qualifying children for the earned income tax credit, you have to meet this special age requirement.
When it comes to tax credits, there are 2 main kinds of tax credits. There are refundable credits and non-refundable credits, and sometimes credits are a mixture of both those two. A refundable credit is what the earned income tax credit is. What that means is if your credit is over the amount of taxes that you owe, you get money from the IRS. I'll give you an example here. Let's say you owe $3,000 on your tax return, but you also have an earned income tax credit of $6,000. $3,000 of that $6,000 credit goes to wiping out your tax liability, right? And then the other $3,000 is an IRS payment to you. So you're getting a $3,000 payment essentially from the IRS. You should be extra careful when you're filling out refundable credits. The IRS takes extra care on looking at these items because they're giving you more money. If you miscalculate the earned income tax credit accidentally, this can lead to you not receiving your refunds and penalties and interest, as well as possibly not being able to take the earned income tax credit in the future. Be extra careful when you are filling out your earned income tax credit because the IRS likes to take extra care on looking at these refundable credits. A non-refundable credit is a credit where you can wipe out your tax liability, but that's it. You can't go over your tax liability. Now that we've gone over the basic qualifications as well as what type of tax credit the earned income tax credit is, next I want to go over how to report the tax credit on your tax return. I'm going to go over this very briefly. I plan to make a video in the future going over an example on how to calculate and report the credit. But for this video, I'm going to go over briefly how to report the credit. You report the credit on line 27 of your Form 1040. And if you have children, you have to fill out Schedule EITC. So keep that in mind when it comes to reporting your earned income tax credit. It goes on line 27 of your 1040. And if you have children, you're going to have to also complete Schedule EITC. I hope going over the basic qualifications, what kind of tax credit the earned income tax credit is, and then touching on how to report the tax credit was a helpful starting point for you in your journey of understanding taxes and how to take the earned income tax credit. I wanted this to be a starting point for you learning about this credit and have this in your radar as you prepare your tax return this tax season. I hope you find this video helpful, and I'll see you all next video.